I've decided to come on and make a video. And say hello. I've been feeling proper down in the dumps and all woe is me. I've been reflecting on my fucking lost GoPro. Oh, it kind of burnt me. It's kind of burnt me deep, but it's okay. I've ordered another one from Argos, and I can collect it tomorrow morning. Well, anytime tomorrow, really, actually. So I will have a GoPro again by tomorrow. But it's just, oh mate, it's not having to re-buy the GoPro. That's not my issue. My issue is losing my footage. Like, that is my issue. Like, it just, because nothing I can do. Like, nothing I can do about it. Like, the only thing I can do is subscribe to the cloud and upload stuff to the cloud. And at first, I'm still against it. Like, I'm still like, ugh, I don't really want to, and like, why, and blah blah blah. Like, because there's another agenda. Like, yeah, okay, fine, it's good to back up your shit, but it's just, we're also just backing up so they can just fucking build a fucking digital version of ourselves. And then you just have you'll have two yous. You'll have you, the physical you as a person, a human, and then you have the robot you. And that's all been provided. Like, we just provide them all of that information just from us talking on videos and Snapchat and voice notes, and even just without using the voice note, it just records naturally as you're speaking. But I've lost so much footage now, it's just like, fuck it. Like, if they want to fucking build a robot version of me, let them build, because I want my fucking footage, mate. I want my footage, so my footage trumps conspiracy, is what I'm saying. But yeah, I'm sorry I haven't made a video. I've just been feeling shit. Everything's fine, but it's just a bit cold in it, and just like, I just like, oh, I hate being in England, and yeah, so. But I went out today, picked up some weed. It was nice. I had to stick it on him a little bit though, because he kept shorting me and it was pissing me off. So I brought my scales with me, and I was just like, more, 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 more. And he had loads of people with him, but I didn't care, because it was just like, bruv, like, come on, like. And I can do that now. Like, literally, I can do that without it being a thing, because like, it wasn't beef. It wasn't a beef thing. It was just me saying, like, give me what I'm buying. Like, if I say 2 grams, give me 2 grams. If I say 3.5, give me 3.5 grams. Like, even if you charge me extra for it, you shouldn't. But even if you did, I'd rather you charge me 40 and give me 3.5 grams than charge me 30 and just give me 2 grams or 2.5 grams. It's just like, ugh. But anyway, it's fine. I know what I need to do. I've got it all planned out, what I'm going to record and everything, and it's all done. I'm going to do 2 lots of footage as well, recording on my phone and GoPro, because I used to do that before, but I had a Samsung phone before. Well, I didn't. I had loads of different phones, but originally, when the channel started out, I'd recorded my phone, but it was my Samsung. And I always felt the quality on this phone is not as good. So I always just get like really like annoyed about filming on it. But there's pros and cons, because when you lose the GoPro, it's like, well, you have capability of filming. Like, do you know what I mean? So at least you have some capability of film. And I try not to get too engrossed in it and be like, oh, I need to record this. I need to record this, because I don't want to get into that mindset, because I'm not that type of person. Like, there's so much cool shit that I've done, like sick shit that I've done. That. But it's fine. Like, it's fine, because it just gives me, like, I know what's good, like what's not, like what I'll just skip, because obviously I was discovering places. So there was a lot of footage of me just going just random alleys and just getting lost. not in a bad way, but just, oh, what's down here? What's just exploring? So it's just like, it was just nice. It was just fucking nice. Like, it's just such fucking chilled vibes. But it's okay. Like, it's not, but what can I do? Like, literally, what can I do? I've made the appropriate steps to move forward and rebuild. But the reason I was saying about focusing on the videos is because I want to make videos like properly and upload them. But just like make loads of videos just so I can upload like lots of videos, like maybe 5, 6 videos at one time as a block, and then upload again as a block, and then upload again as a block. But it didn't really work out that way because I fucking lost it. So twice. It's my 4th GoPro, for fuck's sake, like literally. Twice in Spain and once in England, like literally. And when I'd lost it in England, I'd just fucking come back from Kenya. I was fucking swimming in the Indian Ocean with it. I fucking went to some fucking well sketch area with fucking kids on the street corner with fucking machine guns. And I fucking went into this cafe. I had a drink of soda or whatever. And I bought some food in there. And I was with a friend at the time. And yeah, we left. Like, we left and was like, let's go home. So we were on our way home, and I was like, fuck, my camera. Went all the way back, and she was like, no, it's gone, it's gone, it's gone, it's gone, it's gone, it's not there, it's not there, it's not there. And they were waiting at the door with my camera in their hand, like looking either side down the street to give it back, like. And they gave it back to me, like, they didn't charge me, didn't do nothing. They didn't, like, try and, oh, we found it. So none of that, like, because that could easily happen, like, that's not an uncommon thing. And then I go and fucking leave it on a train in England on the most shortest journey that I've done like a million times on my way to my house. Like, fucking, oh. And then fucking leaving it on the bus, fucking Portugal, in Tenerife, and then fucking leaving it on a bench in fucking Tenerife again, like literally. And, but it's okay, it's fine. It's fine, but this is what I've been doing, mate. This is what I've been doing. So you ever thinking, why is there no videos? Why am I silent? This is what I've been doing. So I'm just fucking coming on here. And this leads me into another fucking bit of fucking of the rant. Authenticity. Another thing about filming, yeah, is like I want it to be authentic. I don't just want to film and then have to refilm. So there's like, that's why I'm really annoyed about it, because it's like, it's not authentic, because it's like I've done it before and there was so many cool shots and angles which, because I didn't fucking know anything or know where I was going, I could just, and I can still do the same, but it's just, do you know what I mean? It's not the same. It's not the same as first time. So I'll just be like getting the cool footage, and you won't have seen it, so it won't matter. Like, it won't matter to you as a video, but yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. I like things to be authentic. And although, like, I want to make videos where I'm not saying like all of them sort of things where I'm always like I'm, again, see, I'm trying not to say those words. So when I make a video, I'll be cutting out all of the unnecessary ums and ahs, and whereas normally I like to keep them in because that's just how it happened. Like, if I fuck up or I mince my words, then I just minced my words as I was talking. Like, I'm not thinking, oh, I'm filming, so I've got to re-record so it's all perfect. Like, 'cause that's not authentic. Like, and I really fucking battle with that in terms of like, how can I make sure that I'm being true, but also not incriminating at the same time. I don't want to be incriminating. I not necessarily, that's more pastimes, but more invading other people's privacy. I don't want to see something cool and then straight away I'm like, oh, let me film you. It's just like, I don't like that. Like, I don't like that at all. So yeah, there's that balance. Some things I just won't record. But when I've specifically made a point to record and fucking make a sick video and it goes fucking tits up, yeah, it frustrates me. But it's okay. Like I said, I've got a new GoPro now, so it don't matter. Like, it don't matter. Like, it's banging weed as always. Like, literally, fucking always banging weed. Like, he's a shit dealer, but it's banging weed, so quality over quantity. But like I said, on this occasion, the last 2 occasions actually, I've brought scales with me and I've said to him, look, it's not going to be fucking, do you know what I mean? The deal is not done until you fucking put. But it's not even like, oh, it's just run off and don't pay him or whatever. Like, I don't fucking do none of that. I just simply say, look, I don't like it. Because I'm just here to smoke weed, mate. I'm not making money out of it. I'm not fucking, I just smoke weed. And if I don't have a spliff, it's just frustrating that I've got to fucking go all the way out again to pick up when you could just give me the right amount and that would last me for the right amount of days, and I can plan my days knowing I have weed. Like, he doesn't think about it like that. But we've got a bit of a bromance going on now, so hopefully, yeah, things will improve. But otherwise, yeah, fuck it. I don't even remember how I met him, to be fair. I don't even remember how I met the dealer. I've met so many dealers. When I was in Bristol, I had a dealer for every single postcode, and I was working at Royal Mail, so I learned all the postcodes like off by heart, like just off the top of my head. So I had a dealer for every single postcode, no matter where I was. I could just call a number and I could pick up weed. And if I didn't have a number, I have spots where I know dealers will be standing all day, every day, and they'll just be selling weed. And I prefer to go to the older guys, the older heads, because they're just more calm and collected, and they know me, and it's just chilled. Like, I can go back anytime and they'll know me. Like, whereas the ones in the park, they're just there in it. They're just guys that are just trying to, and that's when you can get caught out with the whole oregano and shit. Like, they're on that. Like, they're 100% on that. But for me, they'll just give me like a .8 or a .7 for a gram. But yeah, if it's like someone white, then, or a student, then yeah, they just mug them off. But I hate that. Like, I hate that. I watch it happen. I'm just like, oh. But I don't want to get stabbed. Like, it's not worth getting stabbed over a fucking 10 bag. But it's just like, bro, why scam? Why scam? Like, when I, mate, there was certain times, yeah, when I was dabbling in weed, yeah, and I was only just sort of selling it or whatever. But I would never smoke it. Like, I didn't smoke it at all. Like, I'd never smoked weed ever. Like, I was so against weed. Like, it was, to me, to smoke weed was like, what? Like, why, how can I smoke weed? So everyone in the building knew I didn't smoke weed. Like, but I was selling it. And I would have this guy, and like, he would smoke my weed. Like, he would smoke my weed. I've told this story before. Shout out John as well. Man like John. But yeah, like, he would smoke the weed and tell me if it was good weed or not. Like, and then the guy that I was selling for, that I was buying off of, sorry, the big amounts, he would also like be really, really efficient, and he would bring a spliff pre-rolled in a tube and be like, "Oh, have a smoke. This is what your boy buying." Da da da. But I didn't smoke weed, so I was just like, "No, it's fine. I'll just take it and I'll give it to one of the guys like in the building." But yeah. Oh, that was jokes. That was jokes. But the point is, I didn't scam people. Like, I didn't scam people. Like, I didn't scam people. I just fucking, the bag was the bag, and I didn't smoke as well. So I was even more not scamming people because I didn't even smoke it. I didn't want it. Like, I didn't actually want it, and like, I had a job. Like, I was still doing security, but this was early days of security. I'd only been doing it like 2 years, so, and I done it for 6 in total. But yeah, I was new, but I had a job, so I was just selling weed, innit? Like, I was just selling weed, and then oh, it's just dead. Like, but I wouldn't sell it again. Like, I wouldn't sell it again. Like, it was just, it's not a type of thing that I would do again, because it was bait. Where I was doing it was bait. Like, there was police raids and people. The day I moved into the building, like, the police raided it for drugs and whatnot. But the guy was stupid because he's supposedly not working and just not working, have no money. But yeah, he's buying tracksuits, Gucci, this, and he's stacking it up in a room. And bearing in mind, the people that are living in these places, they're like on bail or just come out of prison or like whatever. So their life situation and their family situations aren't great to begin with. So then you're adding all of this sort of like, it's just bait. It was just hot. Like, it was just so hot. And then yeah, he's fucking got busted. Like, got busted. They come early morning, rise and shine, cockle-doo-doo-doo, twisted him up, and that was it. Never saw him again. It wouldn't surprise me if he was still in jail, to be fair. And that was another thing. Telling stories. I remember the times of just telling stories on the channel. Like that just made me think of it, like telling the stories. Because that was like a little side note off of one of the stories that I've already told. But I'm pretty sure I've mentioned that before. But yeah, I just, oh mate, whatever. Like whatever. I'm at the point, yeah, in life where I'm just on a path. I'm on a steady path, but I just can't see it. Like it's very foggy. Like it's very foggy, and I just can't see ahead. And I'm just, every now and again there's a break in the clouds. There's a clearing, but otherwise, yeah. And then also building. It's good to build on things. This is what I'm saying about the videos because it's something that I can focus on. I actually believe in it. I actually enjoy it. Like take away all the mainstream shit and all the fucking negative side of fucking filming and shit, and the fact that it's so instantly, like if you're at a concert for example, everyone's just up, got their phone and they're watching the concert through their phone, and it's like, why would you just, oh mate, it's what I mean, they're just trying to make you fucking, so that's so much so that they will just microchip us and you won't think twice about it. Everyone, no, 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 but they'll microchip you and they won't think twice because you already got the extension. Your phone is already the extension. Do you know what I mean? So you already had it. You had all your books on your shelf. You had your records on your shelf. You had everything around you. And then there was like, okay, let's just put it into a phone. And then we can watch what they're watching. Do you know what I mean? We can just watch them. It's as simple as that. Like, obviously they put it as like a business thing. Oh, it's for business people. You can send emails, blah, blah. And now every fucker's got them. Even babies have got them. Babies go around with iPads. Like, so how it's not even something that I talk about and I'm expecting it to stop. I'm just saying I'm very conscious. But what I'm saying to you is, aside from all of that, see, I just go off on one. But the positive side to it is that I enjoy it, and it's something that I can put my mind to, and I know I can smash it out because I like doing it. But I know it's something I can do, and it's not hard for me to do. Like I've got my equipment when I don't fucking lose it. But do you know what I mean? I've got my cameras. Like it's not like I don't have the equipment. I've got the editor now. I've paid for it, so it's like I've got the editor, so I can actually edit videos without having to worry, and it can be in 4K and not fuck up. Like I won't have a watermark on it. Like, there's so many different things that I can just work on and put my mind to so I don't feel bad and just like all moping all the time. Do you know what I mean? And then that's something positive, and then that's something me giving you something, but I'm also doing something I want to do as well. So it's like a win-win because you get a video, but also I wanted to make the video. So yeah, it's not forced for me to upload a video. When I upload, that's because I wanted to just make a video and chat, even if I just chat shit. Like it's just raw. It's real. Like you may not like it, maybe a bit dull and boring sometimes, but it's real. Like it's not. That's what I'm saying. I tell you that I'm going to make an edited video. This video is going to be edited. It's not how you see the video. Is not how it happened. Like it's in order, yes, in terms of like timing and like the events, but there's bits missing, and it's not. Do you know what I mean? Whereas these sort of videos just raw. Or if I'm just walking down the street and I'm chatting, it's just raw. It's just whatever's coming to mind at the time. Or unless I specifically want to sit down and chat about something. But yeah. But yeah, I will be going. I will be going again, and then I'm going to sack it off. Like, this will be my last Tenerife trip, and then I'm going to sack it off. There was talks about moving there and living there and what it would be like to stay permanently and how I'd manage. But it's gone, so naturally it will come up again. But yeah, I want to trawl the coffee shops. I had the idea of going to the jungle and all the rest of it, but I don't know. It's just I'm just putting it off, and I shouldn't because I want to do it, but I'm just putting it off, and I'm just going to safe places instead. And when I say safe, I'm not talking about necessarily physical safe as well, but I'm just saying like somewhere where I know what I'm doing. Even though everything's in Spanish, I know what I'm doing. Like, I know what I'm doing. I'm alright. Like I'm alright. Even if things go wrong and I lose shit or whatever, I'm alright. Like because I know what I'm doing. I know where I am, even if I'm lost. But yeah, in certain countries you go and you're literally fucked. Like there's no one. Like there's no one. Like you have to. rely on yourself, which I've proven not to be very good at. Do you know what I mean? I'm not very good at it. It's not one of my strong points. I mean, for other people, don't get me wrong. For other people, it's fine. 10 out of 10. Personal, not so much. It probably drops down. It's still 10 out of 10 in effort with good intentions, but it probably drops down to about 5 or a 6. Um, just because of how I am. I'm very difficult. I'm very difficult. I'm straightforward, but I'm difficult. Well, that sentence just sums it up, really, doesn't it? But yeah. But otherwise, work-wise, and I have a job and I have a client, then yeah, you can't say shit, mate. Like, you can't say shit. I've said this before, but I will always say it. And it's on. The fucking videos are there. Like, I've got my work videos there. There's plenty of stories there, but yeah. I do want to roll another split after all that. So when I haven't had split, when I haven't weed, it's nice because it's like I haven't had weed. But when I haven't had weed and I'm not doing anything and my mind is just overthinking, it's not the one. So that's why I try and brace myself and prepare myself, which is nice because it's like if I know I'm going to be catching a flight or whatever, then I can go without. Like I like to smoke beforehand, but otherwise I just go without, and then I know when I land I can smoke. Like, but sometimes it's just nice to have a break. Because even though I'm smoking, I'm not getting stoned, and I smoke way too early, like way too early. I have wake and bake, and I would always be against wake and bake. Like, why would you wake and bake? What's the point? Who'd wake and bake? And now I've started waking and baking. It's not even a thing. Like, I just open my eyes, wake up, roll a spliff, smoke, and then I get on with my day. I don't. It's weird. Like, it's not. It's not good to just straight away just boom weed. Your brain hasn't had time to be accustomed and just like. So I'm just straight away stoned, and then it's just like oh, and then it sends me into that depression. It actually can cause depression. Like, especially, like, I don't know, the weed I'm smoking, maybe it might be the strain of weed I'm smoking, because I don't, that's another thing, I don't know what weed I smoke. That's what causes my fuckery as well. I mean, there's lots of things, and it's all like, oh, this and this and this and this. But I'm saying, like, I don't think weed is good sometimes. I smoke weed regardless, but I can see clear as day where I go wrong and what's bad about weed. Whereas before, I'd just be like, why would anyone say anything bad about weed? Like, I wouldn't. Like, went from nothing to like 0 to 100 because it's like I was like, weed is bad. Like, just I didn't even know anything about it. I didn't want to know about it. Like, I just vaguely knew the smell, and if I smelt it, I'd freak out, like freak out, like mate. The amount of people that I nicked for weed is unbelievable. Like, but I didn't know. I didn't know. Like, literally, I didn't know any better, mate. 14, left school, and that was it. Done. Public services. And then I left public services officially. I was only doing it for 4.5 years. And then went into private security. But then again, it was the same shit. It was the same shit. It's just not as secret and as strict. Which is what, it wasn't my work environment that changed my mindset of weed. It was my social environment. But yeah. Yeah, so that was that. But yeah, it's crazy. So it went from that, and then it went to, oh, weed is great. It's the best thing ever. I smoke weed. I smoke weed. I smoke weed every day. Smoke weed. Smoke weed. Smoke weed. Smoke weed. Smoke weed. 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 I love weed. 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 I've got weed. I've got weed. I've got weed. 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 I've got weed. I've got weed. Life ain't big. I've got weed. I'm so pleased. Life ain't like literally. And then now I'm just like, nah, fuck weed. Whereas beforehand, I would never have said that. Like literally, I would never have said that ever. Like never, ever, ever. But it is what it is. Like it ain't that deep. Like it's not that deep. Overall, and that's what I have to say, remind myself, overall, life is great. Like, life is great. I'm happy to be alive. I'm happy that I was born. I feel very blessed. I've seen some cool things. I've met some very interesting people. I've had some experiences of my own, rather than, especially when it comes to being on the other side of the law and being the one getting arrested all the time. And, you know, I say running from the police. I'd never run from the police. Only 3 times. But otherwise, yeah, I don't run from the police. So it's just interesting, and it's just interesting to have that different perspective of both sides and how other people feel, because I never knew how people felt. I never knew how people felt. Like I was not part of people. Like I was above everyone. Like, but that was only my mindset because of the work that I was doing, especially in my early years. Not so much security, but in my early years, like I was above everyone. Like especially for my age, like I was above everyone, and it was just weird. And like I didn't realize like how advanced and what I was seeing. Like I didn't understand what I was seeing at the time, like to comprehend it. But it's only now I look back on it and it's like, okay, fuck. But then obviously I didn't. And what I mean by I didn't understand how they felt is that I wouldn't interact with people unless it was something bad, like it was a job, or do you know what I mean? It was an emergency, or if it was if I was interacting in a school or talking or something, or an open day or a display or fire display or whatever. Like, do you know what I mean? There's so many different things, but that's the only time I would interact with people. Otherwise, I would just be within the groups and circles that you're mixing with. But they're not real. They're real people, but they're just, I don't know. They're all got titles and status and shit. So it's not that that means anything, but it's just, yeah, they have different access and different levels. And like, for example, for me to travel now, solo traveling, this is a good example because this is how I experience it now. But my first time properly was Kenya, because we can do both African countries, Ghana and Kenya. Ghana was really nice and just smooth and plain sailing, right? Because it was all government run. So you get picked up at the airport, like they drive you out the airport, like all by car. It's a diplomatic number plate. Like no one troubles you. Like nobody troubles you. No one says anything to you. Like they don't stop you. They just let you through, and that's it. In fact, they're just very polite and nice, and they're more excited to meet you because you're from England, and they just think it's cool. And obviously, I was younger as well, so I was like, "Oh wow, who's this guy that's just riding around in government cars?" He's definitely not a spy. But yeah. So there was that side of it, and then there's the side of what I mean by knowing what people go through is that you get on a plane, but you drive to the airport, you then wait, or you get a train, and then you wait for the plane, you go, you have to like go in, like check all your own bags and everything. You go through, you present your ID, then you wait at the plane, then you get on the plane, and then you land, and then it's just that's it. Like there no one greets you, no one cares about you. You just cattle, like you're just cattle class, like you're just cattle class, and that's it. Like you just like you go through the airport, you go through security. I don't really get much hassle through in customs anyway because I don't transport anything that I shouldn't. Um, but yeah, and then you just come out the airport and that's it. There's no car. There's no. You're getting hassled left, right, and center. Buy this, buy that, taxi this, taxi that, blah blah blah. Like there's just so many, just people just tugging on you. Like, do you know what I mean? It's just so many different things. Basically, I never understood how people lived, and that's not just with Kenya versus Ghana. That's also just European travel as well, just daily life, and even just in England, like even doing security, just was a little bit more relaxed. So I got to see people in a more personal level, even though I was still working. So again, that was my glimpse, but I still wasn't really seeing people and understanding what they go through and what they was experiencing. I wasn't drinking at that point in my life as well, so I still didn't really understand. I didn't go into venues. I would always be on the door. I wouldn't want to go inside. So I'd never seen an inside of a nightclub. I didn't know what it was all about. I just simply wasn't interested because I just been brought up and been taught that it's not that I was bad. It's just that that's where trouble is. Like that's where trouble is, and you just stay out of it. Like when something goes wrong, then you go. But otherwise, you don't need to go in there because you're above that. Like you, that's not you. Like it's just weird. And then I just went a full 360 and was like, let's just go full throttle. And then went to the Netherlands, and then yeah, I experienced it all: drinking, drugs, parties, rooftop parties, boat parties. I tried NOS for the first time in the Netherlands. Like that's another thing that I was always like, yeah, it was weird about. Prison for the first time. Yeah, lots of firsts. I just went full throttle, just tried it all. Hmm. and then moved to Bristol, and then again, that was just England, but it's just Amsterdam, but in England. Like, anyway, I'm gonna smoke another split. That is for sure. And I just wanted to come on and give you a few thoughts. A few thoughts. And yeah. I'm alive, mate. I'm alive. I'm happy to be alive. I'm not gonna lie, I've been feeling just so just ugh and rough. I'm not trying to do nothing crazy, but yeah, it's not the one. But I'm happy overall, is what I'm saying. I am happy. But I say that because I don't want to just be like, hi guys, everything's fine. Because it's not. Like, it's fucking shit. Like, it's fucking shit. But overall, it's great. But it's just in my mind, is it's, But everyone's got a mind, do you know what I mean? So it's not like, oh, you're in your mind, this. But sometimes it feels like you're the only one it's happening to, but you're not. Like, you're not. But I don't talk to people. Like, I don't talk to people. Like, in real life, I don't talk to enough people to, like, I just don't talk to people. Like, it's very rare that I speak to people. Like, when was the last time I had an actual conversation? For like 3 weeks ago. Six. So I just don't talk to people. Like, I go out. Like, do you know what I mean? I've been in like 5 shops today, like tonight. But I don't talk to no one. But when I'm out and I not have stable accommodation, then I'm constantly meeting people and just constantly boom, 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 boom. Like you have to constantly be interacting with people and make an effort to engage. But yeah, anyway, that is all.